And as you can see, we have quite a few things going on. As you suspected, we're going to be doing something interesting, and that interesting going to be involving disassembling the trim, dash, and basically central console, cluster, pretty much every single piece of plastic that involves There are a lot. So as you can see, there are excessive amount of noise coming from pretty much every plasticish piece of the interior. Over the years, the car was, I would say, neglected a little since it didn't have proper detailing. And mainly all of that noise is coming because of some sort of dirt in there, body grease, and so on. Extra noise coming from especially like hardened plastic. It's a lot, especially whenever you're driving. You also wanted to feel yourself comfortable, which comes to the point that comfort is not only the seats or holding the steering wheel, it's also the noise insulation. That's how the interior looks, which looks great, but it's not aged well. Let's say it this way. BMW know what they're doing in terms of how to make car look and feel great before they sell it, and while first or 2 years of ownership, but then things start getting down a little. Z4, I would say, quite an exception, because a lot of pieces did age well, but not as good as it could be. Today we're going to remove or take it apart some of the pieces that they are producing a majority of noise. Also, I have few things that I want to test it out as this vinyl wrap. I pre-cut it, or basically the fan holes. Also gear lever, shifting plate, which was pre-cut with the pre-cut. I already did some testing, and you probably already seen it. By seen it, I'm talking about the button, which is already wrapped. As you can see, there's not the BMW sign. The machine is precise. The only complaint is that the edge right there is kind of pop out. It didn't seal itself well, so it needs to be heated. And the best way to accomplish that is to remove the button and wrap it like you figure, right? We're gonna be using GPfleg and also assembly oil. In terms of assembly oil, I would suggest you to get lithium grease. Assembly oil is pretty disgusting. It's pretty thick. It's good in terms of lubricating and make sure it's gonna stay there, but assembly oil is not the best choice, because viscosity is really high viscosity and it's really sticky. From one perspective it's good, from other perspective it's just a little disgusting and a little hard to work with. If you're gonna mess it up something or top it somewhere, it's gonna stay there. Before doing anything, let's try to fix the issue with the glove box. We just have a little bit of that squeaky noise, and apparently this is the section with the spring, that the latch which is closing the armrest, and when you press it on, it produces a little bit of that noise. Okay, a little bit of noise is on the hinges, and I understand that because every single BMW have the same problem. We're going to disassemble that piece, but it also takes quite a bit of time to get to it. Graphitos. Another cool solution is graphite. Graphite, basically the pencil core. You have some type of section, as for example that glove box right here. Just take a razor blade and shave it a little bit inside and paint it, or trying to draw on the portion that is actually producing the sound or noise. From other perspective, lithium grease, it's the way to go. If you can find the graphite, not the grease, it's a graphite. I'll get you the link in the description. This is one of the best solutions that I found if you're not going to be using the GPfleg. Let's get back to it. Okay, let's start with the central console. Plastic tool, pin tool, and T20. The only spot on this section right here, it's gonna be that vent. In that little storage compartment, we basically have the spring in there. Everything seems working just fine, and there's not much in terms of connection, the components that touching together or making a friction. The only thing is basically that spring right down there, which is producing that sound. So two ways: disassemble, lube it up, or use the proper grease, or use something as stupid as this. Smooth as a baby butt. Simple as it could be. Of course, we have to clean the area. The main purpose was to clean everything, lube it up, and make it as it from factory. After we clean everything, just take the GPfleg and go around every single section or area that is apparently can produce any sound. My experience, GPfleg can fix anything. A little bit overkill, I would say. Also, like I said, have option to use the graphite. Use it. Don't even think to use GPfleg. Okay, let's rapido. Simply going through every single spot. Just apply the GPfleg. You probably cannot see my face, but who cares about my face? This is another day, the day two, and I test drove it yesterday. I drank some beer, a bunch of beer. And yeah, that's off the topic. And the point is, everything works just beautiful, marvelous. I mean, it's still there, kind of. But at least it does not produce any sound when you're driving. Basically, every single car, if you're gonna push on the panel, it's gonna start making that noise. But whether or not it's producing that noise while you're driving, that's a different thing. Fortunate thing that you're not really gonna be able to hear much. I just want to add a little bit in terms of people who think to put some rubber grommets or rubber washers or nylon washers underneath, double side tape and so on and so on. I did try that. I tried it on those pieces, which was insanely crazy. And it seems to working at the start, it feels like, but day or 2 days later, and everything is back to how it was, like even worse. Holy shit. You can get in an accident by looking at that crap. Oh my goodness. What a hot chick. This is hot chick as well. Police car. I just want to point it out that nylon seals or double side tape, it does not work. I tested out, I tried on different cars, and in some cases, if you're lucky enough, it might going to work, but usually it's just a couple days and then back to normal, which is bad, and sometimes even worse. As those pieces, we disassembled one piece, I did second piece of the camera, and it does not sound anyhow. I mean, not a squeaking, not a cranking, not a clanking. Pretty amazing what lubrication can do, right? GPfleg, I think it would work for a long period of time, and initially if I would just use the GPfleg, it would definitely do just fine. Oh, come on. Iniziale. Who's there? That was exactly the same Z4. It's a little bit different whenever you drive this car compared to 3 Series. 3 Series, for example, I met somebody on the highway driving 335. Instantaneously, people wanted to race. No matter what, you have stock or you have like a tuned engine, just whatever. I just want to race you. Z4, I mean, it's a different category. Like older people like those cars, especially.